Gentleman from the 13th District, Representative Hinkle.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This has been an odd year, has it not? If you remember, I think in the speech I gave early in session, I said, it seems this year up is down and down is up. We've done things I've never seen before. And the good gentleman from the 12th here sitting next to me just gave me a little example of what this session's been like. He leaned over me and said, I have to tell you something. I said, what's that? And he says, I'm not going to be here the last week in June. Now, that should make you laugh a little bit, because I have to make sure people are here when we vote. And he has that kind of outlook. He's been here a long time, but nonetheless, we haven't had a good year many times. We're here now. I don't know what's the date? The 8th, right? 9th, pardon me. It's dragging on. And there's very little we're getting along on sometimes. But this is one of those things where even though there's been a pretty vigorous debate on the floor today, we actually have found a lot of common ground. We did something we haven't done since I've been here. We actually had, and it's a scary thought, we're not going to start a habit of this, but we had a Democrat come into our caucus room for lunch, for a brown bag lunch, and actually let him talk for about 40 minutes with some of our people. The good gentleman from the 5th was there, the good gentleman from the 8th was there. We didn't let the captain in from the 26th. He talks too much sometimes. But the reality is, it was a vigorous discussion. It seemed like we were having a meltdown every time we talked about it in our caucus, and we needed to have the conversation. It was a bipartisan conversation. We haven't done that since I've been here. So I think, as there's so much we can do this year in complaining about how we're not getting along or how we're being kept here or whatever it would be, here's an opportunity to say, we've made a nudge forward. And I hope in the end, and this is how we'll judge our actions today. First of all, if we haven't fixed something, I wouldn't be surprised. But what we have done is we've given people tools that are responsible for educating kids that they've asked for. And when we're hurting them by not donating to education as we should this year, the last thing I want to do is tell the guys that are begging us for some tools to say, no, we can't have it. That would just be insult to injury. Do I want to fund this more? Yes, I want to fund higher education at a better level. I want to open access better. And I want to make sure that in the end, my kids, if they want to go to college, can afford it. Right now, they won't be able to the way things are looking. But the reality is, folks, that in 4 years from now, we come back here and we're going to have to look at this. And God forbid if I'm here with you. And we have not seen the challenges met the way we anticipated. We have not remained in a position where we can be competitive. We're not finishing degrees in 4 years. Where kids are getting into school and staying in school, because we have a lot of freshmen that come in, they might be 2 years and they don't finish. And the reason they don't is because of the quagmire we've created in our higher education system, and the people that run our higher ed system want to fix that. And they're willing and ready, and they said, give us the tools to do it and we'll do it. To me, I'm encouraged by that. You should be encouraged by that. Is it everything we wanted? No. But rarely do I get that here except when the cafeteria is open. So I encourage you, Mr. Speaker, and those of you that are looking at this, vote yes on this bill. And then it's up to us 4 years from now, 2 years from now, every year we come back here to make sure this thing is working. Will you please do that? Will we please look back and say, what did we do? Because we don't do that well. But let's take a bold step today, a step that is courage. Aristotle said, I'll close, that courage, and I love this the other day, Aristotle said that courage is the value that allows for all others. Something to that effect. Without courage, we can never make any progress. So we're taking a step of courage, right or wrong, good or bad, as a former colleague used to say. We're going to make a step forward, and we're going to look and see what we did and be willing to make changes if we haven't fixed it. I encourage you to vote yes. Thank you.